Welcome back to College Conversations. I'm Dr. Janice Fedor. This next question is from Michael from UMass. And his question is, what is the best way to make a good first impression on your professor? That's an excellent question. At larger schools like universities, it might be a little difficult, but not impossible. When the class sizes are a little larger, and it feels like, you're never going to be able to kind of make an impression on the instructor, and you're wondering what you should do. So to have a keen grasp of the obvious here, we're assuming that you're being on time to class, you're being prepared for class, you're paying attention, you're participating in class, whatever it is, just those baseline things that we assume that you're going to do, that not doing those things would put you in the negative. But in addition to that, I would say in the beginning of the semester, when you're doing icebreakers, maybe the first couple classes, maybe there's the icebreaker where you go around the class and you give your name and maybe say one cool fact about yourself or something like that. Volunteer to go first. That might do it, because it's a lot of times a little hard to get those things off the ground. So anybody who helps the instructor out and make it more comfortable in that way makes a good first impression. You might want to stay after class if your schedule allows. Stay after class for a few minutes and just talk to your instructor. Say, introduce yourself, and then you might want to mention if you're taking the class as a requirement for your major or is an elective, and what you're hoping to get out of the class, if it's something that you're not sure about, or if it's a prerequisite for another class or something, you might want to ask those questions. Maybe give a little bit of your background, and maybe, if you're looking to find an internship or a job in that particular field, you might want to plant that seed too. Professors are sometimes asked by industry people a lot of times, do you know anybody good who's looking for a job? So that it might become, a networking opportunity for you. And also later on, when you're looking for people to ask for letters of recommendations for either jobs, internships, co-ops, it's nice when you can put a face with a name and you can kind of remember something specific about this and about the student. And it helps the instructor if you kind of make that extra effort, like I said, to reach out to them, talk to them after class and so forth. And that helps later on when you're asking for something like a letter of recommendation. I would also follow up with an email too afterwards, maybe the next day or so. It was great meeting you. I'm really interested in sports psychology or whatever your field is, or whatever the class is about. Ask something, maybe ask a follow-up question about that. So you're looking forward to learning the material, looking forward to whatever you're doing in that semester. So just, showing a lot of interest is a good way, asking questions. And then if there's any out of classroom activity, like there's a stock market challenge, or there's, a student conference or something like that, volunteering to go, help coordinate people or sign up people, or, something like that. Or maybe there's a fundraiser that you could work on. So all of those things that you're showing interest. So Michael from UMass, good luck and great question. Please remember to share this if you found this useful and to hit subscribe.